You may or may not realize this yet, but there is one small leadership mindset change that can make a huge difference in your business and your life. And we're going to talk about that in this episode. So keep listening. Hi there, I'm Joe Sova, and this is the Joe Sova Business Show. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you listening as always. This is the show where we talk about your purpose and what you can do in your business to make the impact, the income, and do everything in your dreams that you want using your business. All right. Now, in this episode, we're going to focus in on one leadership mindset change that can make a huge difference for everything you're doing. Right, from your professional life as an entrepreneur and even into your personal life, because it is all intersected. All right, so you're going to want to stick around for that. Before we get to that, all right, go ahead and go to my website, joesovatraining.com/subscribe. And you can subscribe to the episodes on the format of your choice, whether that be the podcast players or YouTube or whatever it is. Go ahead and go to joesovatraining.com/subscribe and subscribe now. You're going to want to do that. All right. So let's get into this. The small leadership mindset change that can make a huge difference. What could that be? Right. Well, we could go a lot of different directions, but on this episode, we're going to go this direction. All right. This is probably the most important thing when it comes down to it. That's not always evident initially, right? When you start your business, a lot of times you're just grinding, just going day by day, just trying to make things happen. And that is needed. I was there, right? In the early days of my business, I was just figuring out what was right in front of me, putting out the fires, doing my best to grow the business, find new revenue sources, and whatever I could make happen, I made happen, right? I was a problem solver, a problem fixer, and I was making it happen. You might relate to that, all right? Here's where things changed for me. And likely, if they haven't yet for you, if you're at a plateau or if you're not where you want to be, and let's be honest, most of us, right? There's another level we can get to as a driven, high-performing entrepreneur that you are. There's another level you can get to, right? So why are you not there yet? And it likely comes down to this, all right? And this is being recorded around Valentine's Day, and it comes down to loving what you do. Simple, right? And you've heard it before. Right. And hey, before you go, hey, that's cliche. That's garbage. I get it, but I'm moving on to do more things. Before you do that, all right, listen to this entire episode, because it's going to make a difference, because we're going to tackle this from a different angle that you may not realize yet. This is about being a leader in your business, right? And that leadership mindset of doing what you love, doing what comes natural, doing what energizes you is much more powerful in your business than doing more things. All right. Now, most people out there, all right, I'm going to talk in two generalities right now. Generalities. All right. That one didn't quite roll off the tongue. I'm going to talk two different ways right now. Most people out there, all right, you are different as an entrepreneur, because most people are in a 9-to-5. And not only are they in a 9-to-5 job, they're in a 9-to-5 job that they hate, can't stand it. It drains them. It pulls them down. They can't wait for the weekend, right? Everybody's working for the weekend. I'm not going to sing it, but you know the song, right? Got a case of the Mondays, right? Thank goodness it's Friday, right? Those are the cliches, but there's a reason those are cliches, because it's typical out there in the world of being an employee, all right? And that there's a place for that for some people. For you as an entrepreneur, you come from a very different place, right? You want freedom. You want independence. You want to be able to build your own vision, your own way of doing things, right? You want to be able to have freedom to go where you want, when you want, do certain things, right? But what happens as an entrepreneur, for a lot of us, this happened to me, and you might be able to relate after you listen to this, is that we get the workaholic syndrome, right? We become a workaholic, and we work so much on our business, in our business, everything with our business, right? We're tied to our phone. We're taking emails and phone calls on weekends. We're missing things maybe with our family. We're working early. We're working late. We're working in between. We're doing everything to create the success we want. And what happens is we create a glorified job for ourselves, right? We create a job, and we're not even most of the time well paid for it, right? Maybe we are. That's not the point. But the point here is, when you're constantly doing all the things in your business, whether it's designing graphics or the website design or the accounting side, or whatever it is, when you're doing all these things, that's pulling you away from the areas of your business that you enjoy. And that's typically what happens as you grow, right? As you grow, more things happen, more things pull at you, more people pull at you, more tasks, more urgency, more fires, more plates to spin, all of it. Okay. So when I was in my early days of business, I'll tell a story here, and you may find some of this helpful as well. So in my early days, I had a product in a service that I was providing. Okay, and the service would create something that had to be delivered to the customers. Okay, a lot of them would just get it online, but a few of them wanted actual physical product. Great. Okay, could do that. Right. So I was doing all the things. I was entering all the information into the software. I was answering the phones. I was figuring out what needed to be done, and I was actually creating it. Right. I was printing out some things, and then I would even deliver this package to my customers. And it started small. All right. What happened was it started very small. I had a customer a couple blocks away from my office. I had a physical office, and they were only a few blocks away. So in my mind at the time, I thought, well, I'll save a few dollars and I'll actually make a few dollars. I'm going to charge them for delivery, and I'm going to deliver it. So I don't have to pay the post office. I don't have to pay a delivery service. It's all me, right? Easy money, right? It's 2 blocks away. So I would go deliver that once a week. Simple enough. Well, my business, as I was working and grinding and hustling and doing all that stuff, my business started to grow. And lo and behold, I got another customer that was 4 blocks away. Right, needed the same thing. So I'm like, hey, it's 2 blocks further, right? I'll just do them both at the same time, right? I'm making some money now. I'm saving some money. I'm making some money. So I would do one delivery, and then the next, head back to my office. Business grew, continued to grow. Then I got a third. It was only a few blocks away, a fourth, and you can see where this is going. It snowballed. Eventually, I was in a radius of a few miles, and even though they were all close and nearby, it was taking me 2.5 hours to do all the deliveries. And on top of that, I had to come back and do my best to sell more clients. I had to do my best to do customer service. I had to send out emails. I had to do all the other things too, because I was doing everything, right? And frankly, none of it was enjoyable. I didn't enjoy delivering those packages, right? And a 2-minute drop off would turn into 10 minutes as I sat there and talked with the person, right? So I didn't enjoy any of that. I didn't enjoy some of the other things I was doing. And it really, really was draining. Okay. Similar to that 9-to-5 job that the person in the corporate cube can't stand. Right. So look at your own business. Are there things within there that you're doing constantly that is pulling at you, that is draining your energy? And that's when you start to have a job. Right? That's when you're not living your purpose. All right. But imagine this, right? Had I used a post office or a delivery service for that would allow me to stay in the office during that time and focus my energy and attention on the parts of the business that I actually love. The reason I started the company in the first place, which was growing and interacting with some of my customers, right? That's the pieces that I enjoyed, the marketing side and things like that. But I had to put all that on hold so I could go do things that drained my energy rather than stay and lead my company, lead my team by doing the best I could in the areas that light me up, because that's what is contagious, right? So imagine when you're focused on what you love to do in your business, how good that feels to you and to all of those around you. Yes, you might be paying somebody, right? An assistant or an employee or whoever it is, you might be paying them money. However, the energy you receive that is transitioning to them because you're leading them is exponential, right? It's worth every dime and then some, because you're focused on what matters, right? You're focused on your purpose. You're focused on what you love to do, right? Harvard Business Review did a study recently that linked having driven purpose and passion about what you do and burnout, right? Or not having that and linked it to burnout. Right? That's obvious, right? And it's been proven by science that that is true. When you do things that drain your energy, eventually you're going to run out of energy, right? If you try to run a marathon, right, and you're out of gas and you have no more energy, you're not going to be able to finish the race. It's that simple, Some of us might get to a mile in, others might get 15 miles in. Some of us might get next to the finish line, but eventually you're going to run out of gas. And the way to avoid that is clear, right? You focus on what you love, focus on your energy on what matters. Now, that doesn't mean stop doing everything and sit around and just let others do it. You have a purpose, you have a passion, you have a drive, a desire as an entrepreneur to do things, to make things, to create things, and you continue to do that piece the most you can. And that's stepping into leadership. You're leading yourself, you're leading those around you, you're leading even outside of your business, those that can see your energy and how much you love what you do are going to be raised up just by being around you, right? The successful leaders, the successful businesses, successful entrepreneurs know that doing what they love matters. They know that using what they have inside them for the betterment of everybody is what drives success, right? The companies that struggle, the 1 out of 3 businesses that close their doors in every 2 years, right? Those are the one where the entrepreneur is scrambling and doing all the stuff and can't make things go, right? So you can continue to do that, right? If you're caught up in all the doing and all the stuff, you can do that. That's an option, but what's it going to cost you down the road? For 1 out of 3 businesses, it costs them their business within 2 years. They're out the door. Doors are closed. Let that sink in for a second, right? If you continue to focus on what doesn't matter and move the needle and drive your passion, your energy, right? How do you expect to build a business with those around you that love what they do, right? That's where you can lead with purpose into everything that you're doing, right? And so if you're somebody who is serious about making an impact and doing what matters in your business, right? It all starts with shifting out of that do mentality and into the lead mentality. It all starts with shifting your mindset from I have to do everything to I need to lead myself and others. That leadership mindset shift. And that starts with doing what you love, right? It starts with shifting the way you think about your day. Where's your time best spent? When you lead others and yourself to a higher level, that's raising the company to somewhere that it wasn't before, right? And that's what's important. That's why you're in business, is to make the impact, to create the freedom, right? You don't want to be chained to your phone. You don't want to be chained to your business 24 hours a day, right? Has there ever been a time where you were on a weekend or maybe late at night or whatever it was, and something work-related was distracting you from your family or from something that you really wanted to do, right? That happened to me all the time. In fact, I had 0 hobbies because my work was so consuming, but it was all draining, right? When I did a review of my days, everything I was doing was draining. And you might find that as well. And that's a great activity to do, is to really look at what you're doing. And if it's not giving you energy, it's time to start a plan to figure something else out as to who or how that can be done differently. That all starts with shifting your leadership mindset. Less doing, more leading, right? Now, if that sounds good to you, if that's something that interests you, I have resources on my website. I've got a mind map audio that is the first step you'll find in creating that leadership mindset, right? It's about allowing yourself to think big enough that you can do this. That's what this comes down to. Because you've already taken the step to start your business. You've already created something that wasn't there before. Now it's about taking it to another level, that next step. And what hustle and grind got you here, right? There's only so much more. Are your goals here or are they up here, right? So to get up here, it's about taking a step that you haven't done before. So go to my website, joesovatraining.com, and click on the resources tab, and you'll find a free, absolutely free mind map audio. And when you download that, you'll be able to start that process of shifting your mindset out of do and into lead. And you'll be glad you did, because it's going to make every difference in your business that you wish you had up until now. All right. So thanks for being here. Follow your purpose, do what you love, and lead with purpose is the key. All right. And when you're ready, again, go get that free resource, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you.